Hi dear students, good morning, good afternoon and good evening to all. Today, let us enter into the second module. Every great success story is also a story of great failures. Now, we see here, failure is not a thing to be saddened, but then it is a stepping stone for the success. Now, I'm not going to give you a motivational speech, but then we are seeing some figures in history whom now we call as great people had already achieved many great things by using the failures as stepping stones. Now, let us get into the lesson without any delay. See, at the age of 21, a person lost in his business, and at the age of 22, he lost in legislative race. Again, at the age of 23, again he lost in business, and at the age of 26, he lost his sweetheart. But then he was not saddened. Like that, he tried again and again. Until he was 52, he was a failure person. But then, at the age of 52, he became the president of USA. He is none other than Abraham Lincoln. Dear students, now from the age of 21 to age of 52, how many years he has been facing a lot of failures, but still he did not leave it. He did not go away from what he wanted. And now we see him as the first black president for United States of America. Secondly, Lee Forrest, a person who found Troyer's tube. In the beginning, he was criticized and accused of inventing something that was unwanted. But then, later, what he found out came out to be the great findings ever made. Because later, it was used for many wireless gadgets. And thirdly, we come to great people whom New York Times questioned. Yes, it questioned their wisdom, saying, how can human with the help of metal can fly in the air? Then the Wright brothers found and came with the answer that is the first flight that ever made. And then we also see at the age of 65, Colonel Sanders, when he came out, he was having only $100 in his hand. And he didn't know what to do. Whether to give as charity for something or to start up something. Then to his mind came his mother's recipe. Then he made a menu and went door to door, knocking on each door and introduced his recipe to many. Of course, thousands of doors here might have knocked. Many might have not given him proper invitation, but he was not at all taken down. He was not discouraged. He was not disappointed, but he waited. That positive corner made him and made his recipe so famous. That is none other than KFC. And then we see a young person who was drawing a lot of cartoons. Of course, we all love cartoons. Yes, he was drawing many cartoons for newspaper and journals. Many editors criticized him, saying that these have not much of meaning or any amusement. When a church priest hired him to draw some pictures on the chapel, then he found a mouse and was inspired, and then that was the beginning for Mickey Mouse. So he is none other than Walt Disney. We know from his product we have a lot of fantasy movies. And then when a small child was about 4 years and he was going to school from since from 3 months. One day, his teacher put a slip of paper in his pocket and told to give his mother. And the child went and did as the teacher told. In that slip, it was written, "Your tongue is too stupid to learn. Please get him out of the school." Then mother said, "My tongue is not stupid to learn. I will teach him myself." Now we see there, he, none other than Thomas Alva Edison. He had only 3 months of formal education, and then everything was taught by his mother. And he is the person, one who was partially deaf, and he found bulb. Do you think he found it in one attempt? Thousands and thousands of attempts he had failed, but he did not give up. He still tried and tried. Every time he failed, he said, "This is not the right method. This is not the right metal. I need to change something else. I need to do something more." So that is how these people inspire a lot of generations. And then there is another person who says setbacks are inevitable in life. Yes, setbacks can become a driving force in us to act, to reach the destination that we want to reach. Yes, that is true. If there is no setback, we will become a lazy person or a pride person. Now, what should we learn? We should learn to be victors, not the victims. So, these all people are telling us to become victors than victims. Now, everybody can fail, but there are two categories of people who take things in two ways. One is optimistic, the other one is pessimistic. Optimistic, he will use every chance to uplift his position. If he falls, he tries to come up from there. But the pessimistic will cry and try to be there and waiting for the help of someone to lift him up from the problem that he is falling in. Now, we should never let our mind and fear take down us. Yes, the fear and doubt can kill the confidence that we have in us. There's a very great Greek philosopher. He's none other than Socrates. Socrates once was teaching his students. Then one of the young men asked him, "Teacher, what is the secret to success?" Then Socrates took him the next morning to a river pond, and they both of them went into the water until it was waist. So when the water reached their waist, the teacher put his hand on the young man's head and he tried to put him in the water. The man might have thought that Socrates baptizing him with some knowledge. But Socrates did not leave him, did not take out his hand from the head. Then the man was in need of air. But Socrates did not do. He is pushed a little more down with a lot of force. Okay. So the man was in dire need of breath. So what he did, he took his hands off and came out of the water, and first thing he did was gasped for the air. Now the teacher asked the boy, "When you were in the water, What was the most thing that you wanted? The reply was A. Yes, you have understood the secret to success. Yes, at this time, what you want to, if you know, then that is the secret to success. And at this age, what we should do, if you know, the secret to success. So, burning desire can bring us a lot of result. But as a small fire cannot produce heat, so a weak desire cannot produce results. If you're strong in your desire and decision, you will do great things even if you fail. So that is a lesson, my dear friends. See, every person is teaching us how to be strong in the failures. So thank you, and let us see the next module in the next video. Thank you.